Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Hurley Pro Sunset Beach. This is the second stop on the championship tour after a dazzling event at Pipeline. Today we move just a mile up the beach from Pipe on the coast of the North Shore, where conditions haven't been quite right. We've been waiting for 5 days to get this event kicked off. Today it finally lined up. The athletes were struggling to look for waves, but the conditions didn't stop them, and we still saw some amazing waves, which we'll get into. So let's get right into it. Here we have Kelly Slater, the decorated champion on the tour. He's here at Sunset Beach on a nice right. And Kelly's patient on this wave, and he lines up a nice barrel. I think this was maybe the first barrel of the day that we saw, and turns out for a good score. That was either a 6.23 or 6.17. I forget which is which, but that puts him in second place of his opening heat. Caio Ibelli takes the win on that one with a couple of sevens, but Kelly will move on to the round of 32. Next, let's take a look at none other than John Florence from the North Shore. That surfer that, as Kelly would put it, just has a certain mystique about him. And here we have him taking off on a big wave. You can see all that white water kind of sucking up the face, but he gets covered for a solid barrel, and really right from the start has command of his heat. He'll say later in an interview that he was hoping for more turns. Sunset Beach is typically a wave where you get to demonstrate a lot of turns, and so it's a place where people like JJF, who specialize with maneuvers on big open faces, can really make a difference. But he gets a couple of nice barrels, a 7.83 and a 7.0 combined for a 14.83 total score. Next, let's move on to Robo, Jack Robinson. And here he is. And as you can see, the conditions don't quite line up, but he has a nice punch off the top there, throwing spray. Not too much room to run on this one, but the judges like that maneuver. That's a 6.4 for him. He combines it with a 5.6 to win his heat against Crosby, Colapinto, and David Silva. He was asked later about his game plan, and what he said he was going to do is just forget all the noise and just surf, and that's what he ended up doing. Let's take a look here at Jordy Smith, the veteran South African in his 16th year on the tour. He's looking for his 7th tour win, with his last being at Bells Beach in 2017. And here he gets covered super deep in the barrel, and he lines this one up perfectly. Kind of a weird takeoff in some funky white water, but nice carve back into the power zone, and lines up his barrel, which he spits out of. The judges love it. It's a 9.33. That's the wave of the day. And he combines that with a 6.17 for a 15.5 total score, which is actually the best heat of the day. So very nice performance from Jordy, the veteran. Finally, let's take a look at Italo Ferreira. Here he's coming on his backside, gets a nice turn at the top. And Italo, of course, from Brazil, 7 wins on the championship tour, a decorated performer, gets a couple of nice waves. Here's a punchy wave that he ricochets off the top of and lands on his feet. It's moves like these that keep the Brazilian dazzling the spectators. A 7.63 and a 5.33 secure him the win against Ian Gentile and Jacob Wilcox, and he'll move on to the round of 32 as well. And folks, those are all of the waves for today. There was some other interesting action. There were other great waves. Matthew McGillivray and Ethan Ewing both put up 8-point rides. Notably, Felipe Toledo made his announcement that he was departing from the championship tour for mental health reasons. And so Ramzi Boukiam from Morocco is taking his place. And then we had Kai Lenny in the water, the waterman from Maui, here at Sunset Beach. and he took the wild card. He was bested in his opening heat against Ethan Ewing and Waida, but then was knocked out in the elimination round. So he would have hoped for a better performance. But folks, that is it for today. And we'll catch you next time in the round of 32.